Okay, so my name's Stuart Lawson. I'm an assistant head teacher here, and my role covers curriculum, school performance, examinations, timetable, data, those sorts of things. One of the things I think is very distinctive about our school is our focus on mature choices. So as an economics teacher, this is a book we would look at in the sixth form, a very famous Thinking Fast and Thinking Slow book. And what it basically says is that some decisions you research and make slowly, so like a decision over your mortgage, you would compare 20 providers, you would look at the terms and conditions, you would work out the monthly cost. Whereas some decisions you just make quickly, you are thinking fast. So I was deciding what shirt to wear today, and I thought, you know what, I'll wear one of my Marks & Spencer shirts because I've got 10 the same. And so I didn't have to think about it. Now, which of those two is a better decision? Well, the answer is the mortgage. You put more thought into that, you weighed up all the variables, it was more important to you. And the idea is, if you make a decision quickly, like which shirt to wear, it might not be an optimal decision because you haven't put the same effort into it. It will be what we'd call in behavioural economics a cognitively biased decision. And we feel that sort of process applies to students' choices as well. A number of schools have done a 2-year Key Stage 3 where you make your choices as to what you're going to do at GCSE halfway through Year 8. So you're probably 12. And you're trying to decide the outcomes you want when you're 16. Now that doesn't make for very sensible choices. So what we do is to try and make the choices as late as possible. We try to make them thinking slow choices when you've had all of the information before you decide what to do at GCSE. So basically we do a 3-year Key Stage 3, years 7, 8 and 9 will all be spent with everyone doing core subjects. There won't have been any element of choice, and students will be thinking about what suits them later on. When we do get to the point where students are making choices over their options, they'll have talks by each subject. They would have a talk by me as overseer of the process. We might well have taster lessons, and we would have individual interviews with each student to try and look at their strengths and weaknesses and what they might do best at. So when we get to Key Stage 4, we have 4 different pathways. So we have something called a 4-option pathway, a 3-option pathway, a development pathway and a nurture pathway. Now this gives a lot of choice, so we would look at all the data we've got on a student and also consult the student and the student's parents and place the students on a pathway that we think will maximise their academic attainment. So on the 4-option pathway you could be doing English GCSE, English language and English lit, you could be doing maths, biology, chemistry, physics, a humanity and 4 further choices. So you could actually get 11 GCSEs. So you're not cutting anything off, you're giving yourself a chance to experience the full gamut of what the school has to offer. However, if that's going to be too many GCSEs for you and you're going to do better on a narrow range of GCSEs, you might, for instance, be on the nurture pathway. Then you would only do 7 GCSEs, you would spend some time off the school site preparing for the world of work. You would have a very different programme. So our programmes are sort of bespoke to the needs of the individual, and they're made as late as possible in the student's development to ensure that we get students on the right programme. And you can see this in how our schools work. So our nurture pathway is 24 students, perhaps 10% of the cohort come into Year 7, and they might be behind with their reading or writing, or they might be behind with their emotional development in some way, and we will then put a lot of resource into trying to develop those students and catch them up and get them where the other students are. And we've seen that in practice, because students who start on that nurture pathway have ended up going to university, have ended up doing separate biology, chemistry and physics GCSEs. There is no constraint on where you go in the future from where you've been in the past, but we will try to make the best provision for everyone at each moment in time. So basically that's our philosophy. Our philosophy is offer a lot of choice, because diversity and choice is good. Offer that choice when students are as mature as possible to make sure that students make the right choices.